Just to bring you up to date on the news of Europe, if you're just turning on your radios, Great Britain is now at war with Germany. Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain announced this fact in a broadcast at 6:15 New York time, 6:15 Eastern Daylight Time. A brief broadcast of about 5 minutes duration, which was carried over the CBS network. And the Prime Minister said that I have to tell you that we are now at war with Germany. We shall bring you further news as quickly as we have it, and we suggest that you keep tuned to your Columbia station.
This is London calling Columbia, New York. Now first, let's get in proper order the chronological developments of the day. At 9 o'clock this morning, London time, it was announced that a 2-hour ultimatum had been delivered to Germany. That at the end of that time, hostilities must cease, or Germany and Britain would be at war.
Well, I heard the news today. I guess I'll be leaving soon. And if I never come home, just know I love you to the moon. And baby boy, make daddy proud, never back down from life. When it's your turn to be a man, stand tall and fight. I do my best to make it back as I go into the unknown. But I'll forever be inside your heart wherever I may roam. I'll hold you close to my memories and I pray to make many more. I even pray for my enemies, let's all pray for the men of war.
A Japanese attack upon Pearl Harbor naturally would mean war. Such an attack would naturally bring a counterattack. And hostilities of this kind would naturally mean that the President would ask Congress for a declaration of war. There is no doubt from the temper of Congress that such a declaration would be granted. This morning, Secretary Hull talked with the Secretaries of War and of the Navy. Now the two special Japanese envoys, Admiral Nomura and Special Envoy Caruso, are at the State Department, engaged in conference with Secretary of State Hull. Their appearance at the State Department on this Sunday afternoon emphasizes the gravity of the Far Eastern situation, where hostilities now seem to be actually opening over the whole South Pacific.
Well, it's time to go, I'll move along, I can hear that train a-rolling. And I'll write you soon every time I can when I get to where I'm going. But head up and be strong, pray I bring home glory. But if I die before then, forever tell my story. A story of plenty of courage. When the time came, we rose up. In the battlefield, we became men. The hands of time have chose us. I'm shooken up down to the core, but it's freedom that we're fighting for. So I lay it down in our darkest hour. Let us pray for the men of war.
Shortly after the Prime Minister's speech, the air raid sirens went off, and it wasn't a pleasant sound.
The attack yesterday on the Hawaiian Islands has caused severe damage to American naval and military forces. I regret to tell you that very many American lives have been lost. In addition, American ships have been reported torpedoed on the high seas between San Francisco and Honolulu. Yesterday, the Japanese government also launched an attack against Malaya. Last night, Japanese forces attacked Hong Kong. Last night, Japanese forces attacked Guam. Last night, Japanese forces attacked the Philippine Islands. Last night, the Japanese attacked Wake Island. And this morning, the Japanese attacked Midway Island. Japan has therefore undertaken a surprise offensive extending throughout the Pacific area. The facts of yesterday and today speak for themselves. The people of the United States have already formed their opinions and well understand the implications to the very life and safety of our nation. As Commander-in-Chief of the Army and Navy, I have directed that all measures be taken for our defense. But always will our whole nation character of the onslaught against us.
Death and destruction at any moment is now a possibility for an indefinite time as far as this coast is concerned, he said. Last night's air raid warning was not a practice warning. Enemy planes were over this area last night for an indefinite period, and why they did not bomb San Francisco, only God knows.
Cold chills, my body trembles. Man down, I hear him scream. Everything fades to black, I'm coughing blood, I can barely breathe. My next breath could be my last. Lord, I pray for my family. If I die today, let's not forget the men and women that kept us free. If I die today, let's not forget all the ones that let freedom ring, all the ones that paid the price, stood tall and had to sacrifice, bloodshed and a loss of life. All the tears in mama's eyes, coming home either dead or alive, or a prisoner behind enemy lines, full of pride for them stars and stripes. A country that we call home, a country that never bows down, and we the people are the backbone. We stand up, we pledge allegiance, love our country forevermore. We go to sleep safe at home, thankful for the men of war.